Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate y'all being here at the channel today. And to our regular subscribers, thank you. We appreciate you being here. And for you folks that are finding us for the first time, this is your initial visit, please consider hitting that subscribe button to receive updates on new information, additional information on how we can help you grow and develop your business. And for those of you that find the content beneficial, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. And then also to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help you further grow and develop your business, check out the links below. And I would point you to our courses section. It's worth checking out, see if that's a fit for you. I would point you to the gym financing section. If you're looking to grow and develop and expand, could be some opportunities there for additional funding. And then certainly for those of you that are not on our email list, please check that out, to be updated on a regular basis on a variety of ways to help grow and develop your business. Now, with that said, our topic today, it's why not asking for help will sabotage your gym business. Why not asking for help will sabotage your gym business. Now, this is specifically, designed, the conversation is, to gym owners and folks looking to become gym owners, okay, which could be you. But also think about this in terms of, other positions. If you're a manager, if you're a salesperson, why not asking for help will sabotage your gym business. Now, before I get into this, I've got 5 thoughts on this, but maybe I'll add a number 6 here to begin with, okay? And I get this question asked, frequently when people say, well, Jim, what is the most difficult thing, about the consulting business? What's the hardest thing? And my universal answer really is, it's people wait too long to ask for help. They wait too long. They wait until all hope is gone. And I've got one of my favorite examples, if you want to call it favorite. It was not a good story, but it was a person who'd contacted me, and he contacted me early enough in the game. He still had enough cash reserves. He still had enough cash flow coming in that we had enough funds. There was enough potential float there that really, in my estimation, we could have got his business, back on track. And he chose not to move forward. And quite frankly, the reason he chose not to move forward was because to get this thing back on track, in his case, it was going to require some hard decisions, which I was willing to make and do because it was the right thing. He wasn't willing to do it. And then later on, he did finally call. He said he wanted help, but he was down to his final $1,000. There was just nothing left to be done but to close the business. So the biggest thing that I see, the biggest challenge is many times owners will wait too late. Get help early, okay? Matter of fact, if you're brand new, get it from the very beginning. Whether it's from a company like myself, anyone who's been there, done that, who has the experience, who you work together well, don't be afraid to get help. Okay, so with that said, I want to talk about 5 things. So number 1, okay, on why not asking for help will sabotage your gym business is I will be perceived as weak if I can't do everything on my own. That's why we don't ask for help sometimes. I will be perceived as weak if I can't do everything on my own. And I'll give you an example. I'll use myself as a bit of an example here. There was a time when I really had difficulty delegating. And the delegating, for me, it had nothing to do with my belief in the person or even their ability to do it. The reason I wasn't able to delegate at that time was I thought I would be perceived as lazy. I would be perceived as not doing my job. Okay, and that's one of the challenges that I had, and I had to work through that, and eventually, I was able to get through that. Number 2, okay, on why we don't ask for help. I can do everything myself. I can do everything myself. And again, I can speak from personal experience on this. I mean, I fit the bill on that when I first started as an owner. And, when we did the first club, I was very hands-on, involved in everything. Really wasn't that difficult for me. I got that done. Did the second club. And even though it was more of a challenge, I was still able to pull it off. Third club, I had a big problem. And all of a sudden, I was having churn. I was having turnover in staff. Numbers were choppy. It wasn't the good daily successes that we always had. And I knew right then and there I had to change. And I remember talking with somebody, and she was doing some kind of I took some test, and she was doing some kind of an analysis on me. And she says, "Oh, Jim, tell me again what kind of work you do and what you want to do." And I was telling her, and then she looked at the results of the test, and she goes, based on what you're telling me you want to do, you're going to have to make some changes, okay? Because you simply cannot do everything alone. And nobody can. You're not going to be great at everything, okay? Surround yourself with people that are better than you at what you're asking them to do. Number 3, no one else understands my business like I do. No one else understands my business like I do. And, my comments to these kind of things, when people say this, it's, hey, if you don't know where you're going, ask someone who's been there. And maybe you have a vision of your business, of how you want it to be, okay? But, talk to people, surround yourself with folks that have been there, okay? And get help. I've given these examples before. For me as an owner, I used to call around to owners all across the country, and I'm looking for all kinds of things. I'm looking, hey, how are you generating this kind of traffic? How are you getting such well-trained people? How are you recruiting such good people? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? And I would get a little bit from everybody, and literally there'd be cases, sometimes I'd fly out and work with them for a week, and they'd train me, okay? Because, yeah, I know my business, but I haven't walked down that path before, okay? And I need to talk to someone who has. And in some cases, maybe they hadn't walked down the whole path. All I needed was one section of it was what I was looking for. So no one else understands my business like I do. There's a lot of solutions in there. Make sure we find them. Let's don't fall into this trap, okay? Number 4, I am worried about the piracy of my business information. I am worried about the piracy of my business information. Confidentiality, right? Okay, there's certain confidential proprietary information, and certainly in every case, okay, I know we do it with folks that we work with, we sign, confidentiality agreements. We agree to keep this confidential, okay? And that's kind of the legal part of it, but here's the other part of it, okay? When it comes to trust, I'm worried about the piracy of my business information. What are we talking about? We're talking about trust. Okay? We're talking about trust. And here's what I've learned on trust. We don't trust because it's safe or certain. Same thing about risk. We don't take risk because it's safe or certain. We don't trust because it's safe or certain. We trust because it's worth the risk. You make judgment calls, you check references, you do what you can, you make a determination. Is this worth the risk? Some point it has to be, right? Some point it has to be. We take risk every day. When you cross the street, you're taking a risk. You get on a highway, you're taking a risk. We do it all the time. But we do it because we understand, hey, based on what I know, it's worth that risk. Okay, do the same thing here. And number 5, if I do everything on my own, I won't be disappointed by people. It's what I see happen. Okay, if I do everything myself, I'm never going to be disappointed in anybody. Okay, well, the thing is, you will also never grow. You will also never develop. Because when I look at any business, okay, there's really 2 things. Okay, we want to grow sales and we want to develop people. And the only way we can push ourselves up is we have to be able to replace ourselves. And so you want processes and systems in place that allow you to do this. In all actuality, from my standpoint, I would rather see you as the owner having less to do every day, where you're thinking, you're planning, you're implementing sales and marketing programs. You're not doing. We need to free up from this. This will give you a chance to do more. You'll develop more people. So take a look at these. This is a huge, huge issue. Okay, and if we're going to grow, if we're going to develop the business, we have to be willing to ask for help. Don't let ego get in the way. Don't think you can do it all, because you can't. Okay, and I've tried, and I learned that I couldn't. Okay, and I was told that, hey, Jim, if you want to grow this business like you say you do, you're going to have to make a change. I did, and it made a significant difference. Okay, so take a look at these 5, see which ones that you might be guilty of. Which changes can you make to start growing your business? So folks, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate y'all being here today. Again, you can learn more about me and my company in the links below. Please check those out. If you found the content beneficial, please hit that like button as well. And I look forward to seeing y'all on that next video.